Hey guys, it's Damien from Marketing Food Online. And as always, guys, I hope you're having an amazing day. I am actually extremely excited to bring you guys this particular video. The reason being is that I've had, excuse me, I've had a lot of questions about nutritional labels. Of course, if you are trying to produce a food product or you're looking to make your own food product, each product, of course, does have to have a nutritional label on it. In some cases, as you've seen in some of my videos, you can apply for the exemption, but this is going to be a video about those who actually want to put the label on and who have to have the label on their products. So nutritional label, and this is onlinelabels.com. I've probably talked about onlinelabels.com, I think, a dozen times in videos. I absolutely love this company, and the software that they have available and the labels are just hands down second to none. This company has its act together, I guess you want to say. It is a very well done company. This particular software is about free nutrition label generating program, which I will walk you through. I'm going to show you how it works. Now, before I continue with any other information, I need to tell you right up front, this is to create the physical label. This is not to get the nutritional analysis. Okay, don't misunderstand the video. I want to make sure you understand. You have to, of course, have the information, and I'll scroll down, and of course, I'll explain what I mean. But you need to have the nutritional analysis. You have to have the product broken down into nutritional data information that you can plug in to what I'm about to show you. Okay, so this does not do the nutritional analysis, but it does create the label, which is just as important. It's the second most important part of having a nutritional label for your food product. Okay, so real quick, I'll go through here. Free nutritional label generator, selling a food or beverage product. You can create a custom nutrition label today, instantly, and doing it yourself. Now, I'm going to scroll down, and I'm going to show you, this is a really important little tidbit of information. I'm not sure if you know this or not, but the format of nutritional labels have been updated by the FDA. They recently finalized those changes, and it was actually in 2016. It was 2 years ago. And I'm going to give you a link, of course, to this particular page on the site. So this information you can read more about. I'm not going to get into this information because this video is specifically about creating the label. It's not about discussing the changes to the nutritional label itself. Okay, so just keep that in mind. I'll have a link specifically to the page you're looking at. Okay, and you can simply just click on this blue text and you can read up on that. All right, so step one. Okay, which version of the nutritional label generator would you like to use? Just stick to the new one, because this includes the guidelines that have been updated for 2016 as far as the formatting and how the label will actually look. Okay, so just leave that. It's actually by default. It is clicked. It's already on there, and you're good to go. All right, step two. This is just so amazing because they make this so easy for you. It's amazing. I love it. Not to sound redundant, but I do. So the most basic nutritional label, it's a vertical layout. Now they have 3 different styles, which are completely within the FDA regulations, to have them formatted this style. Okay, this is a standard nutritional label with extra fields for miscellaneous vitamins and vertical layout, etc. Okay, and then you have the tabbed nutrition label for bottles and round containers. This is a more elongated, rectangular, and longer, so it actually goes around the perimeter or the inside of the bottle itself. I'm sorry, not on the inside, on the outside around the bottle or a jar or a can, something to that effect. It would fit perfect. Okay, now the one I'm going to do just for the example is going to be this one. All right. And it takes you directly automatically. Once you click that, it goes to step 3. Now, I'm going to walk you through this, and I want you to understand, listen very, very carefully to what I'm about to tell you on this step in particular. It's ultra important. When you create a food product, the way that it's packaged is determined by you. What does that mean? Well, the servings per container, okay, this here, you can determine that. I would highly recommend, when you make a product, is to break it down into really small servings. And that is up to you. Why would I recommend you doing that? Let's say, we're going to do an example. 16-ounce package, which is 1 pound. A 16-ounce package of peanuts, let's just say, okay? and you normally a peanut or a nut serving is maybe 1.5 ounces to maybe 2 ounces, right? Now, so one 16-ounce package, if you did 2 ounces per serving, you would have in a 16-ounce package 8 servings, correct? Because we have 2 ounces and you're multiply it times 8, obviously, and that's 16 ounces. Go to create as many, I don't want to say go too small, but create smaller serving sizes because your calories and fat and salt, sodium, your cholesterol, all of the nutritional value and nutritional information are going to be considerably smaller the smaller your serving size is, dictated by you. Does that make sense? So if you have a 16-ounce package, let's just say you want it to go to 1 ounce, okay? So all of the nutritional data that you're going to put in here is going to be based upon a 1 ounce serving. Got it? Now, servings per container. Let's do this. We're going to mix it up here a little bit. So in serving per container, I'm going to do 4. And it's going to be rounded. By default, just leave that be for right now. That's the one I leave it. I don't change that. Just leave it. And then what I'm going to do is, let me go over. Okay. So here's what I did. I went ahead and plugged in some numbers to give you an idea of how this would work. Okay. So again, 16-ounce bag of peanuts, that's our example. You type in the servings per container, which is going to be 8. The unit is 2 ounces. Okay. And then, of course, the grams, 2 ounces equates to roughly 56 grams. Okay. And again, leave the default. This part right here, simply leave it the way it is. Okay. Scroll down. And now, again, I'm just making up these numbers to give you an example. Once you get your nutritional analysis back, okay, what you want to do is you want to plug in all of that information they gave you here. Okay. Let's say 210 calories, right? And then total fats, 7. Okay. Saturated fats were 2. 0 trans fat in peanuts. They don't have peanuts unless they're processed. And they have additional other items in there. We did do 0 cholesterol. Sodium, and that's again milligrams. These are going to be per serving. Okay. And again, once you get your analysis back, that is then when you plug these numbers in. Okay. 120 milligrams of sodium. Carbohydrates 24. Dietary fiber 4. And sugars, these nuts don't have sugar. Added sugar. Now, this is something new. Okay, this is a new feature to the new, quote unquote, the new updated labels, is that you have to recognize and let the consumer know if you've added sugar to your product. What does that mean? Well, let's say you made apple juice. Apples have a natural sugar. Okay, apples have sugar, so you would put sugars here. Some companies add additional sweeteners. If you're doing that, you need to account for that additional sweetener. And let's say, for instance, you were making apple juice and you had 24 grams of sugar, and you as a processor of pure apple juice or concentrated, you added 10 grams. You add it on there, and then that's where you account for it. Okay. Again, I'm going to go back to the example of the peanuts really quick. I kind of got a little sidetracked there because I wanted to show you what added sugars are. Okay, so 0 on our peanuts, and the 0 on the peanuts here, and then the proteins, 12 grams per serving. And then you hit this generate button. Give it a couple seconds, and it automatically goes down. And look at this, guys. You're done. A professionally made, FDA-approved, regulated, it follows the regulations for the FDA to the T. This is the new layout, by the way. And let me show you really quick the big difference. The biggest portion is this. The amount per servings, the calories per servings is enlarged. They want the consumer to understand this label a little more, actually a lot more, because consumers were not understanding this. So the calories per serving, not the bag, but per serving is 210 calories, okay? The rest of this information is actually pretty standard other than the added sugar line, which is something that's new as well. Now, what do you do with this, Damien? Well, good question. Now, you can download this image or this PDF onto your computer. Once you've downloaded it, okay, then you get to pick out, you need to have the right labels, okay? So this is what I love so much about online labels is you can check out their large selection of These are labels specifically, guys, for the food nutritional labels. Okay, keep that in mind. They've generated, now online labels has thousands upon thousands of labels. You have 22 to choose from because that is the specific label set on their program to accommodate printing nutritional labels. This is going to be where you've got to pay attention to how you're packaging your product because these, I'll just scan down really quick. These are the different shapes to choose from. Then they break it down, tall, etc. Okay, so that generated, that label I just made that you just saw, can go on any of these labels. Okay, it will print on these labels. And then last one is the tabbed. Remember, that was the one that's elongated, that's more rectangular and long because that can go around jars and cans and things. Okay, and then that's it. That's it there. So what you have to do at this point, though, is pick out a label because you cannot use anyone else's labels or templates to print up that specific shape from here. Okay, so let's say this is the one you like. Click on it. Give it a second. Let it pop up. Okay, now this is the label that they have that recommended for that nutritional label, right? So first off, select your material. We're going to just do standard white, nothing colored or anything. We'll get that. And this one, by the way, is for laser and inkjet. Laser and inkjet, right? Then scroll down, and then you can select your quantity. You need 100 sheets. Well, you're getting 800 labels because there's 8 labels on each sheet, right? And it's in stock, $16.95. It's like it's 16 cents per sheet. You're getting 8 labels. It's that breaks down to 2 cents. You're printing nutritional labels for your food products for 2 cents. If you have this done by somebody for you, I will guarantee you're going to pay anywhere from 25 to 48 cents, 38 cents, somewhere around there per label. Okay? I'd be shocked if you could get something like a nutritional label for less than that. And then you're done. Add it to your cart and get the label. Now, when you get the label in, then you go to Maestro. Let me get it right here. This one here, which is there, right here. Once you've downloaded it, you go to Maestro Label Design, and you, like I've shown you before on the other videos that I have. I'll sign in really quick, and then you can simply just go ahead and start your printing. Really, that's all it is. Okay. So with that being said, I'm gonna wrap up the video. I wanted to show it to you really super simple. I'd like, how I do my videos. I don't drag on and just yab. I want you to see how you can do these labels yourself. Very inexpensive. I have a whole bunch of other videos that I want to show you this. Okay, there was something I wanted to show you. This is the nutritional label generator, right? Now the next one I'm going to show you guys, and you got to watch this one, is the barcode generator. These types of barcode labels you can also print yourself. I highly recommend you do it because it's simple. You can do it with your eyes closed, and it costs nothing. Literally, it's so cheap. It's unbelievable. Now, what I'm going to do is 9 videos. Why am I doing 9 videos? Because there's 9 variations of barcode types out there. You may not realize that, but there are, and you need to be aware of what they are. You may not use all of these, but understand which one is the right one for your product. That is something you need to know, okay? This one here is a standard UPC EAN13, the code 39, okay? The Codabar, PostNet, etc., etc. I'm going to show you and explain exactly what these are, okay? So guys, if this was informative and helpful, and I hope that it certainly was, because this is an amazing software you have to use, guys, and it's not rocket science. If you have questions about it, like always, just let me know down below. It's very simple, and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. But that is how you make your own nutritional label. So I appreciate it, guys. Thank you for your time. I'll see you on my next video.